Amazing audience, we are live with Demetrice Bruno. How are you doing?
Doing really well.
Great pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time in history?
I think I am a professional in life in general. Pretty strong presence. I am a game changer in whatever, and it didn't come overnight. I think it's something that I had embedded, but over time, just living and just watching other people live, I've become pretty proficient in just success fundamentals in general.
Oh, success fundamentals.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about that, please.
So what I was able to do is, at some point in life, I guess, it turns from about you to about like what you'll leave and those legacy type things. So the skills and the things that I acquired over time, I've embedded in all my businesses, and nonprofit organization is primarily what's gotten me here with you today.
Right.
So I have a youth program that's pretty successful, I guess, in my own right. You got to be able to work with this new generation. And I think the youth is definitely our future, and that's where I've decided to invest my time.
Tell me more. So tell me about do you want to do the business side first or the non-profit side?
We're going to stay with the nonprofit side.
So tell me about that, like working with youth.
It is something that it's more or less about being an advocate for slow start, strong finishes. And I think what makes our organization a little different than most is fundamentally I know what those issues are, coming from being a teenage mom myself and inner city, a product of the inner city, and those types of things. There are actually character builders, and it really made me a strong person in general. So I take those skills and I put together an organization that's primarily there to promote higher education, and also career path development. So I have an internship program that focuses on hands-on training in customer service, call center, and then also music, media, marketing, and technology. So I think that if you're going to work with the kids where they're able to understand and want to gravitate towards these principles, you have to use things that, one, we definitely need to have, and also things that they like. So
where did that come from, your passion to help? Where did you get that from? Family? Friends, yeah? Pretty
much we came from a family where we were always the ones that said, if they need help, you better help them. Yeah. So anybody that was an underdog, I was the one, like, I was always pretty popular usually. So for me, I was always like for the underdog, like, you can do it, you can beat them or whatever. So I guess that was something that was embedded early on in life. So I tend to do this life coaching, mentoring platform the same way.
Pretty much the same way. Be that person who does that, who supports.
Yeah.
You will?
I definitely. I mean, right now, like I said, the youth are our future. Yeah. And we're dealing with a whole different breed of young people. So we have to be more savvy, and I think I'm old enough to have those core principles in place, and then young enough to still be embraced, I guess, to where you can even infuse any sort of system or belief system. So we're doing an internship program where I'm actually paying them to train in these two fields. So they're learning an actual skill that can transcend into future career path.
So they get like a stipend for that while they're working, is that it?
Yeah, it's $9 an hour, up to 30 hours a week. So we're heavy on self-sustainability and how your accountability directly impacts that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Who came up with the idea for that program?
It was all
you.
All me, coming from a place where I know, well, we need, you know what I mean? I tend to find that people do a lot less crime and you know, they're happier when they have money or able to do something for themselves. So I wrap everything around a self-sufficiency core principle that embeds financial literacy and all those things. Like, I've been in nonprofit and I've did this test pilot long enough to see some results. So what we're doing is we're having kids that are in 8th grade kind of map their courses depending on things that we've determined that they're good at or that they like to do. Because of course we know as adults that if we do things we like to do, it doesn't feel like work. Exactly. You're more successful, you're happier about those things. And then most of the time you'll take those skills and things that you're happy about and maybe even transcend those into entrepreneur and business opportunities for yourself. So it's all a way for me to kind of embed those principles.
That's a great undertaking. Wow.
Yeah. And it's not as hard as it.
Of course, because this is your passion, right? But definitely
it's part
there
passion,
are
but it's necessary. Like, and when you get to talking about to kids, like, okay, I was a kid once. Now you see I'm an adult. Okay, I started off a little slow, a little rocky. I've owned a couple of businesses. I'm here to be transparent and show you that it's possible. Because what we deal with a lot of times in nonprofit is those kids that see everything as a hindrance or things that they can't have, when in fact it's quite the opposite. It's definitely the opposite thereof. So it's all about what you desire, what you want to do, how passionate you are about the things you want to have in life and be in life and do in life. So just being that role model that things are possible no matter how you start. But you put good effort, you finish strong.
Love that. Where can people connect with you to find out more about what?
My website, definitely, I am ind-rosi.org. I'm also on Facebook, Demetrice Bruno, or you can find our Facebook fan page is Rossi Indy, which is ROSIINDY.
That is the easiest one. I probably remember that one. Rossi Indy, right?
Rossi Indy.
Let's switch gears, Demetrice. Let me now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. What is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory? Honestly, I was a product of, Bluebird, Girl Scouts, these organizations that I now run. And my earliest childhood memory is being a Bluebird, going to my mom's work, and pitching, selling these candy. And this lady telling me that I looked like a doll, and me replying to her that I wasn't a doll because a doll can't walk or talk, and I can walk and talk. I was in kindergarten. That is my oldest. And I took my pictures that day. My mom still has that same picture. I remember those pictures.
Why do you think that memory is so clear?
I just felt like I've always been this little business person.
There we go.
I've always been this little business person. I was the one that everybody go in the house, get your toys. We're having a carnival today. that person. And I'm still that little girl in this woman's body. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's great. I know you're connecting other people, right, to these events that bring purpose to their lives.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm really, really happy about what we're doing for the youth that I impact anyway. I know it's very necessary.
Yeah.
And it's going to play a big role in our future.
Well done. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
12 years old?
Yeah.
I think it might have been 12 years old, I'm trying to think. It might have been a Salt and Pepper song. I used to really like them.
Right, what song from Salt and Pepper?
Push it.
As an entrepreneur, that's what you need to do, right? have to push it, right?
Yeah. That's weird, but yeah.
She said that's weird.
I thought salt and pepper was really cool. I went through a spell where I just begged my mom to shave my hair on one side. She never let me. That's one of those things that I've always wanted to do. Like, even as an adult, like, I want to just shave her off. And she's forever killed that desire in my heart to be salt or pepper.
All right. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. Demetrice, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Absolutely.
Are you married?
I'm divorced.
Do you have children?
I do have children.
Do you believe in God?
I absolutely.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yeah.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
More than 3? Haven't of late.
All right. What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Less.
All right, all right. If you had to
I
share
work
with
too
us,
much.
She says she works too much. If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Demetrice Bruno, what would you say that is?
You must live your life as if you're preparing for a feast and not famine.
Even if you need to push it.
Even if you need to push it, prepare like you're
Yeah.
you're preparing for a feast and not famine.
Love it. Demetrice, this is a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Not really. We definitely appreciate the time and support, and you can contact us if you're into sowing a seed into the future, which is our youth, our children. We would love to be that platform.
Love it. Demetrice Bruno, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Joe.
Thank you.
Boom.